Hello, it's your sleepless god here, me, and we're back with another video. Now, please comment if you like the Percy Jackson series. If you don't, I'll make new other what ifs. I will make what ifs for anyone if you want it. I've watched enough anime to last another American a lifetime. Trust me, I have enough. I have enough romance anime to fill any fucking person's. I have enough isekais animes to fill another person's library. Trust me. Sleep, your sleepless god here is sleepless. He doesn't sleep. But I thought this one was more interesting, so I did it. What if Midoriya had magic? Now, this what if is going to start out with Midoriya. Basically, you just see him kind of just hooked up like in a chair, and you just see him like with like almost like things on his head, like like recording his brain, and we go into kind of, and he's like a young child, he's like 5-6 years old, but like the scientific people there are like basically saying he has something like we go back into in the class. He's like, and you just see the science, and it's just like very on the top. It's like science of anomalous effects, and they're like he has to have some kind of weird ability or something because he does not have natural powers. He doesn't. As we go into Midoriya's head, as he's staring at all these machines, and he says, and he looks, and we look through Midoriya's eyes, and you see thousands of cards. I mean thousands, and they're all just say 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. All of them say 1 on them. And he says, he looks around, and he just says, he can't reach out to grab any of them because he's hooked up. He just reaches out his hand, and a card comes to his hand. And when he grabs it, it comes into view, and the scientist freaked the fuck out. He's like, "What the freak is that? Like, we need to stop him." He's like, "Send the clones in." And what's happening is the card says Black Void, and he says, and the number he wants it. He bumps it up to 3 as he chucks the card, as a fucking black void opens and just sucks in all the people. As he grabs another card, bumps it up to 3 again, and he says, "Phoenix, burn," as a giant phoenix roasts the sides of the building in flames. As he grabs another card and just says, "Level 2, unlock," as he slams it on the ground, and he like all his like chains and everything that's holding him back are basically came off, and he stands up and he says, "This is the last time you ever hold me back." As he grabs another card and it says perfect knowledge, as he slams it onto his head, and he grabs another card and he says burning, and he puts it up to the sky, and he says level 5 meteor, and then the card disappears as a giant meteor falls from the sky, as it fucking crushes the building. Now, let me explain what has been happening to Midoriya for the past 5 to 6 years. Now, when Midoriya was born, he had an anomalous effect, basically, where a bunch of playing cards, and he could use those playing cards to do stuff. Basically, magic, in a sense. It's called plain deck magic. It's kind of one of the strongest and kind of one of the weakest, because how imaginative can you be? And how strong are you? Because if level 1 playing card, level 1 playing card, a firebolt could hurt someone, but more likely it's going to give them small burns at best. Level 5, you could probably burn down an entire city block. Level 10, entire city would be demolished. Level 13, higher and higher you go, stronger and stronger it gets. Now they saw him, took his from his mother, Inko, and his father by sedating them, basically, basically making them forget about midoriya automatically. And they've been poking and prodding at him. I mean, cutting holes into his skin. Look at it from the age of 6 years old, and he knew what was going to happen. He knew what was happening. He just couldn't. And they didn't sedate him. They didn't put any meds on him. He was fully conscious for all of these. Every single one. They tortured him. They put him through fucking everything they could. And at this moment, when he was like 6 years old, he just had enough and just fucking wrecked shit. Now, we're gonna go time skip from a year from the giant explosion. For that entire year, I'm gonna call him the Foundation, basically been running after him, trying to get him, trying to find him, because he's one of the strongest ones. They kind of want to keep on experimenting with him. They kind of want him to keep on figuring out what he can do. Let's get back into it. So Midoriya is in a dark, damp room, and he's in a kind of rough state because he used perfect knowledge on himself. That means he knows the knowledge that his mom and dad will never remember him. He can't bring back memories. It's too far gone. It's like paper that's been soaked with water. It's too far gone. It's too teared apart. It's too basically broken for anything to come back from it. So he says, he's kind of talking to himself. He's just like, my entire life is going to be running, isn't it? As he looks over, as he says, isn't it the voice? Isn't it? Isn't it? As he's screaming at a mirror that's reflecting himself. As he says, I'm not crazy. I know you're there. As a dark beast shows in the mirror, looks at him and says, Midoriya smiles and says, why not? In a vision of madness. As he walks away and he just says, in his head, he's like a cocky bastard, as scientist, thinking, hold back me, a monster of destruction. I can burn down this entire city. As he slowly starts to walk away, as he grabs a card and uses teleport to teleport to a different part of the city. As you see a person break down a door, and guns are shown, and he's like, as you see in blood, and actually in spray paint that is red, haha, you thought you got me, but truly, I'm the monster. I'm the monster who lives under bed. And all of them all are looking at this and shocked in their minds. The person who runs the organization is like, we might have to do something very rash and indecisive. As he's like, it's only been a year. It's like this, the second scientist, he's like, it's only been a year. We have time, we have resources that we can spend. We spend way too much resources. We need to get the heroes involved in this. And he's like, no, we gotta leave this private. Like, only small-time heroes. We can leave All Might and Nezu and like all those people out. We can use small-time underground heroes for this one. And he's like, okay, I understand that you need to get this boy, but we need to keep this silent, and we need to keep this like cold down. And it's like, one more mission, and that's it. Then I'm bringing into the heroes, as Midoriya is not that far away. Midoriya is right around the block, and he uses extra hearing to hear what they're talking about. And he's like, so, the heroes. So he grabs a cigarette. He spits it out. He's like, ah. He grabs a cigarette, he lights it up, and he spits it out, and he says, disgusting. Why do people fucking do that? Ugh. And he looks over and he says, who can play that game? As he walks away, and he uses teleport again. Now, I know it's kind of jumpy, and I know it's kind of off balance, but let me explain. This entire time they had been running and chasing him, Midoriya has been learning about them, not the other way around. Midoriya has been using 3 cards. Only 3 cards. He's learned mind control, teleport, and actually 4 cards. Upgrade hearing and upgrade sight. The only other cards they know is the destructive cards. That's it. But Midoriya has been learning about what their organization looks like and how they run things and how they research things and who are the top dogs. Who sponsor them. And it's by doing that, he figures out how to hack their network and figures out who they could find. Because all of this is a numbers game, basically. All of this is how many years can they last of trying to find me. Not that long. Their bank accounts are getting thin. Very thin. Midoriya knows their bank accounts are not going to last another year without getting pro heroes involved. He knew this 2 months into when they started trying to chase him. They knew. So what he did, he started finding their bank accounts, started hacking them, and the person, as they say, he was not there to steal their money. He was in there just to check how much money they had left, to understand how brash they were going to do it. As Midoriya you see him in like a dark alley. He's walking down the alley. As he takes a left, and he opens a sewer crate. As he drops the sewer crate, as he climbs down that ladder, jumps to the ledge, onto the sidewalk kind of area. You've seen movies. As he's walking down, he takes a left, then a right, then another left, and then you see this door. But not really a door. You see like 3 nozzles and like this cracked, and you see him pull the last one, the first one, like the one right next to the last one, and then like the right next to the there's 4, and you just see last one, first one, right next to the last one, middle one, and the door opens. As he shuts it, as it restarts, it looks like more of a brick wall than anything else. As you just see a couch, a TV, a laptop, like a fucking bed, And all of this is from creation magic. All of this is high creation magic. Nothing else. Nothing more. As Midoriya walks over to walks over to the couch and he's like, let's see how much money they really have. And he says, and he looks over and he says, it reads $1,000. That's not a lot for an organization that needs to pay their people that they are hiring, their food and their water, and their business hours, and the weapons that are used, and the bullets, and because usually they go overtime looking for him, plus the overtime, and he's like, that's not a lot. Like $1 billion for like a regular civilian, fucking rich. For a company, absolutely not. They need more for that, especially that. As he says, the money is getting thin, and they're panicking. As he smiles and he says, let's see what they do. And this is where we're going to end the video off, right here. And I know it's shorter than we usually do it, but you know. You're good. Don't worry about it. I'll put a new video tomorrow. Hopefully you would like that. If you want to see more of the Percy Jackson one, comment down below. Say, hey, I really like the Percy Jacksons. You can keep on doing that. If you still like this one, like it. Please subscribe. And good night, everyone. Actually, good night for you guys, not me. I'm your sleepless god.